Am I seeing things? Fable? Hello, everyone. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome back. I'm back. Somebody pinch me. Ow. I said pinch, not punch, Carolyn. That wasn't a punch. I'll show you. Wait, it's really me. Even though I do look a little different. Is that weird? No. It suits you. Looking badass, Elfie. Thanks. I like it too. I like the ears. Very fluffy, very, ear... No, that sounds wrong. Let me try again. Take your time. They're very pretty, beautiful, effervescent. You need one of your own drinks, innkeeper. Well, what I really wanted to say is, I'm so glad you're okay, Fable. And I'm happy you're back. I'm really happy to see you as well, innkeeper. There's so much for all of us to talk about. Wait, before that, first and foremost, I wanted to say I'm truly sorry. Should have never refused to make you a drink. No matter what insecurities I was dealing with, I should have never let them get in the way of keeping you safe. I made it back, didn't I? And I thank the dragons for that. But I still ended up acting like a giant hypocrite. None of my encouragement was ever given in falsehood, yet learning to trust in the abilities I knew you had. It's hard to trust in you while the worry for your well-being was eating me whole. The worry of losing a friend. Don't you mean regular? No, you're my friend. If you'll still have me. You know, I thought about our last conversation. I was upset at first, but most of all, I was afraid. Afraid that we'd never talk again. I didn't even know if I ever wanted to come back to this tavern. Maybe the me from a few weeks ago would have just stayed, but you're important to me too, innkeeper. I wanted to be brave for both of us. So I came back to hear you out. And I'm happy that I did. Glad you're both finally able to resolve this. That conversation must have really eaten into your words. Count for the day, innkeeper. Worth it. But yes, you'll have to carry me from here on out, Dave. I'll try my best. Oh, right. Guys, we don't have time to chat. There's this necromancer that stole Ur's axe. I don't know who he is or what he wants to do with it, but we have to stop him. Why are you guys looking at me like that? It might be good to get everyone up to speed. You go first, Fable. You got us to the edge of our seats. Well, as you know, I was searching for Melly around the portal to the Twilight Chasm. I couldn't find any clues, not with the devastation left behind after the flood. And then the thought struck me. What if Melly was pulled into the portal by the waves? That would have been a nightmare. Literally. And even if I could swear the shadows around the And even if I could swear I saw the shadows around the portal moving, or the fact that there's an entrance to the plane called the Nightmare Realm, I couldn't just abandon my friend, so I went through the portal. How'd that go for you? To be honest, I barely remember what happened when I first went through. The distorted landscape, the giant, gangly creatures roaming around, my heart was beating out of my chest. And all my blood was in my ears again. Eventually, I found an alcove that gave me some shelter. I couldn't just stop freaking out. In a blind panic, I had to run so far away from where I entered that the chance of finding any traces of Melly was almost zero. So what did you do next? I must have fallen asleep? What? Excuse me? Well, all that running and worrying got me so exhausted, I must have just passed out. It was weird falling asleep in such a strange place. I don't remember any of my dreams afterwards. Just this sense of disquiet and unease. But when I woke up, the Twilight Chasm looked different to me. It didn't scare me so much anymore. Moreover, I felt almost melancholic as I regarded its deep purple horizons. Then suddenly, close to my alcove where the spiky mountains split the sky, I saw entrances to the tunnels that hadn't been there before. The curiosity got the better of me and I ventured inside. The deeper in I went, the more I started seeing veins of precious stones lining the walls. Soon that tunnel widened into a huge cave. And I mean, it was huge. Gigantic. I wasn't even able to see the ceiling anymore. Turns out I stumbled into the Twilight Chasm, into the center of the plane, not the dragon. But in front of me was the sleeping form of the Elder Dragon themselves, looking more awake than they should have been. I can only guess that the water covering the floor must have roused them. The flood had even managed to reach cabin. You mean the dragon, if woken too early, would bring about the end of everything, was awake? Yes. Right. Another apocalypse. Do we get double points for a combo? Wait. I haven't finished my tale yet. But you're right, it didn't look good, especially when the necromancer appeared. I hid behind a formation of stalagmites as soon as I noticed him. Something about his presence and armor seemed off. He was followed by a couple of undead creatures dressed in farmer's clothing. Still debating whether to reveal myself or whether or not when he began to cast a strange spell. The green mist started to coalesce around head. Then their eyes flew fully open. I was stunned when I saw their gaze. Their presence had suddenly become stifling. Whatever strange visions of the mist revealed seemed to fully enrage them. Their roar must have shaken the whole plane. But while was distracted, the necromancer tried to retrieve their fabled axe. Very important distinction there. Wrapped in their tail. It was a gut feeling, but I couldn't just let him take that axe. I had to stop him. But as he took hold of the large weapon, he turned to look right at me. My legs felt like goo. I was shaking so bad. It was hard to draw breath. I knew at that moment I should try to fight him. Should I try to fight him, I would die. It was by pure luck in that moment, shook off the mist and lunged at the intruder. The undead creatures used their bodies to shield them, shattering upon impact with claws. While the necromancer cast the same mist spell again. The spell connected with ease, giving him the precious seconds he needed to escape. For a while, nothing happened. There was just silence. I think desperation made me brave or blind to the consequences, but I could hesitate no longer. That necromancer was to use the axe for evil while I had the chance to stop him and didn't. So I abandoned my hiding spot and ran towards begging them for help. Just ask the Elder Dragon for help? Yes. Seemed like my only option at the time. How did they answer? With a riddle. And something like this. Gems and jewels I create, yet my most precious treasure I still await. Sought by many, found by the lucky. Blessed the oldest and youngest before it struck me. No mortal stands against it, an immortal's delight. So close to death, and seeing you find, what little mortal do I seek? Think the riddle was death? Always loved riddles. Can't relate. I appreciate their lyricism. I had to think about it for a bit. But while looking at the dragon, it became clear to me. The answer was sleep. Damn. That was my second guess. Wouldn't it be terrible for everyone to think that you doom this world just by waking up? I don't think wants the world to end like that either. So I pulled out my lute and I played the Elder Dragon, a lullaby. Just as I could see their eyes starting to droop, They lifted one gigantic talon to my forehead. Strange heat ran through my body and a floating orb of blue fire appeared in front of me. It was so warm and kind. It tickled my nose and I couldn't hold my laughter any longer. I accidentally ate it? Before I could panic about wasting Ur's gift, their gaze let me know everything was fine. That their flame would stay with me from then on, and that this strength was their boon to me, to this world. A makeover was included, I guess. And that's all there is to it, really. I think that was plenty. That's astonishing. It's not like I did anything special. Anyone in my position would have done the same. No, I think this has fable written all over it. I did forget to bring a cool trinket back for you. I think you brought something a lot more important. Hope. Oh! Elfie, are you saying you can actually produce dragonfire now? Think so? Practice recreating the herb on the way here, but I still have a long way to go. Ah! I feel like I'm missing some context here. Later, I need to go get Rhea right now. That was fast. I can't blame her. I heard you might have some dragonfire for me sword. Good to see you're back in one piece, Fable. Good to be back in one piece. So, what's the situation? Is there a new plan? Yes. Maybe. We'll need to figure out the details. But it's fair to say we've been given another shot. Right. So if there's any smithing to be done, you know I'm with you. How long do you think you'll need to reforge that sword? Might be tight. This ain't the first time I work with a strict deadline. It'll be ready before sunrise. Got no time to waste. Right. I'd still really like to know what we can't waste time on. Let's discuss it with the others. Millie is a lot better at explaining this kind of stuff. She's safe? Yeah, she's safe. Innkeep, I trust you'll have some quests locked up for us. Top of the morning. Of course. Guess we'll see you tomorrow, Innkeep. Rest well, everyone. Stranger has come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. Able to return from their encounter with with a mysterious ability, the power to create dragonfire. Hope is rekindled, at least. For each tuet, one has to go through a number of overcomplicated riddles. I think no cleric would ever aid in something like that. This is the weirdest quest. Fight of hopes and dreams. All might seem lost, but the fight is not over yet. Quasar can still be stopped at the aperture. He's in possession of a draconic weapon, and so are we, thanks to Fable. Our newly obtained dragonfire, we were able to forge a weapon to withstand his evil powers. Bleep, blop, bloop. I'm torn. I gotta keep going. Right? It should be over any minute. Chapter 24, The House of Hope. Good morning. Good morning. You know how refreshing it is to see all three of you together again. Likewise. Did you rest well? Not much, but well. We wanted to spend the whole night planning while Rhea worked on the sword, but Una forced us to sleep. He's always valued nap time. Innkeeper, I've observed that you put quests up for us. I did. You even thought about defending the roots. And very smart, Innkeeper, very smart. I assume that means you all did too? Of course we did. We made plans and backup plans and teams and everything. What kind of team did you join? Fable's gonna fight the big bad necromancer guy with her cool new draconic powers. And we'll be making sure zombies don't eat people. Together with Baya and Archie. We'll evacuate the capital and Zenith too. There shouldn't be any people around when the undead army arrives. Other than our extermination team, obviously. That seems reasonable. With Baya's help, it should go so quickly. Right? First, we wanted to ask her to teleport Team Coolsword to the Aperture, but Baya says she can't talk to the trees in the Forbidden Valley. They're too weird. Too weird for Baya? Must be some strange trees. Yeah, I really want to see them, but it's too dangerous. So I'll just wait until I'm older. Facial the walk. Appreciate my company as always. I appreciate you too, Sleeper. I hope you have a good Monday. Archie's going to help us convince people in charge about the approaching danger. I'll help with providing good arguments and keeping things organized. And Dave will lead our group and scout out escape routes. And after that, you're staying behind for the battle, Dave? No, I'm staying with Melly. I'll bring everyone to safety and protect them there. Not out for revenge? I trust my friends will deliver it for me. I do want the necromancer to be defeated, but I don't want to leave Melly alone ever again. So you want to stay out of it? I want to live. Oh. Plus, Melly will need an assistant. Couldn't ask for a better one. Agreed. Now, I know you didn't put up a quest for the evacuation, but could you get me a drink for the road? Something tasty to motivate me. You will try your best. Gotta run early, but hopefully be back on schedule tomorrow. You and the fam have an amazing day on purpose. We will try. I think it's gonna be a good day, especially for the kids. Sure. What joke are you trading this time? None. I've got something else for you. And what would that be? My real name. I'm all ears. It's Neil. Neil Broom. It's a stupid name, I know, but I think I'm done pretending to be someone else, so Neil it is. I love it. Neil. It's so cute. Can I give you a nickname? Neely? Neilchin? Neely? Nelly? Like Melly, but with an N. Neil is fine, I think. Neil. It suits you really well. Thank you, Fable. Such a name definitely earns you a drink. I was hoping you'd say that. Thank you for helping me be myself. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'll make sure Neil is just as charming as Zephyr and Malachite or John then. I appreciate it. Alright. It's always 1,000 wins with this guy. So that's what he gets. But I gotta throw in, I don't know, some feathers. I haven't used those in ages. Beetaloo. Some additional charm, not that you'll need it. This is delicious, thank you. I hope this will make me more bearable towards the townsfolk. I find you plenty bearable. Thanks. Innkeeper? Yes, Fable? I've been meaning to tell you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Without you pushing me to go on like that, on that werewolf quest, I wouldn't have gained the confidence to face her. One of the best friends I've ever had. Fable, I have a confession to make. Let me guess, you don't actually know how to make hot chocolate. Actually, I recently learned how. Would you like one? You're trying to distract us. Yeah, they are, but I'd still like one. I'll accept it when you're done telling us your secrets. I'll trade your confession for the chance to make me a hot chocolate. I see I've taught you well. Alright. This is scarier than I thought it'd be. I know, but you can do it. That crazy necromancer? Truth is, I know him pretty well. He's my former best friend. That makes sense. It does. Well, I always knew they were hiding something. And when I saw the flowers on the necromancer's armor, remind me of the letter you refused to open. Yeah. That letter was something. So you two were friends. We were in an adventuring party together. It was us and 4 others. Aquila, Aegis, Alkane, and Kya. Oh, it's been ages since I've said their name out loud. Spent quite a few years together. What happened? They died. Our friends, they... Remember the other necromancer you were researching, Melly? Obviously. See their reincarnation. Was I right? Not quite. But we fought her. Kirabosia. A couple of times. She was obsessed with immortality and would do anything to get it. To us, it was like a game. She'd do something horrible, we'd stop her goons, she'd get away. We got so used to it, but we became careless and arrogant. We didn't quite realize how dangerous she really was. Thinking ourselves invincible, we went into our last fight unprepared. My friends paid for it with their lives. Fable, to be honest, I thought that was what would happen to you when you went to the Twilight Chasm. That'd be the end of you. I see. I understand why you were so scared. I just wish you would have told me. Me too. When we fought her, they all went down so quickly. Aquila got mind controlled and struck down. Alkane, Kya went down trying to heal Aegis. Tried so hard to keep fighting despite it all, to not give up, and then suddenly, they were all gone. And it was only me and Quasar. Quasar? Is that his name? Yes, Quasar Duskbringer. Is that his real name? Yes. Jealous? A little. When he grew up in the Order of Starlight. It was a different subsection from Tia's, but I guess Cassiopeia's servants have a flair for dramatic names. We got along immediately. The Cassiopeian and Leviathan symmetry kicked in right away, I guess. You worship the Great Sea Serpent? Yeah, not much of a cleric or paladin type though. I prefer more direct communication. Cool. We both had a lot of similar practices our party members found weird and off-putting. It was fun. But the other necromancer, Kirabosia? That one. She died, right? So you defeated her after all? No, yeah, well, Quasar did. When I saw my friends I was pretty sure it was all over, that we'd lost. I was hopeless and scared, so I ran. I ran and I didn't stop until I was too far gone to turn back. I get that. Running's pretty easy when you're scared. And that must have been really scary to lose all your friends like that. It was. I did the right thing by leaving. Otherwise, I might have joined them. And then I wouldn't be here now. I'm glad you're here. Even though that choice wasn't easy. Easier than I would have liked it to be. Suddenly, there was an explosion of intense magic from where I had escaped from. Pretty sure he used the soul shatter spell to defeat her. That sounds... shattering. Like something Hex would use. We stole it from a mad wizard back in the day. It was clearly too dangerous to be used, so we all agreed to keep the scroll safe and untouched. But he didn't. We both wanted to study it despite the warnings. And while the others were partying or getting into tavern brawls or petting were-owls, we studied the scroll that could rip our souls asunder. I don't think either of us ever planned on using it, but we were young and curious. The allure of powerful magic is a difficult one to ignore. I think when I escaped and he refused to run, and with no other options left, he used it against her. And it shattered Carabosia's soul. It clearly won him the fight, but it didn't bring them back. How have we never heard about any of this? You have, in a way. It happened 30 years ago? Yes. I was wondering why he opened the first sigil 30 years ago, and then waited for so long for the others. Guess it was an accident, opening the portals, I mean. That's what he did with her soul, right? Turned it into a portal? I think so, yes. And now he wants to bring your friends back. We can all relate to that right now. There's nothing I wouldn't give to see them again, my old friends, and Tia too, but past has already happened, and I can't change it, no matter how much I want to. Want to honor the love they taught me, the ways they changed me, and the life I still get to live. They're worth so much more than only remembering the worst thing that ever happened to them. And I don't want to destroy myself any more than my cowardice already did. You are a little bit of a coward. You could have told us at the beginning. I didn't want it to be him, I guess. Nor did I want to choose sides. He's still my friend, even after all he's done. Even after he put on Carabosia's armor and abandoned his oath, I guess no one wants to accept that their friend has become somewhat unrecognizable to them. Sorry that happened to you, both of you. Dude's trying to destroy the world. I mean, pick a side. Pick the only side. It feels good to finally say this out loud. Is that weird? Not at all. Do you think we can share this with the others? His name and the story, I mean? If you want to. I fear Carolyn will crush me, though. I'll put in a good word for you. You hate me now? Of course not. You're our friend. Our occasionally stupid, shady, and sad friend, but our friend nonetheless. And Quasar is your friend. I also wouldn't know what to do if I had to fight against my friends. I'd like to think I wouldn't want to hurt them either. But you really do have to start taking your own advice. So I've heard. Thank you, Fable. You really are my favorite regular. Good. Because you're my favorite innkeeper. So don't go anywhere, okay? Not this time, I promise. If I get a hot chocolate now, or are we gonna be sad for another hour? I'll get you your hot chocolate. Thank you for being patient. Hot chocolate. Do peppers go in it? No. I'll put in some crystals, though. A little more green. Throw in some red. Oop, not red. But something different than red. Yellow. Blue. I'm great at this. None of the colors involved in hot chocolate. Here, a hot chocolate Quincy style. This is perfect. Thank you so much. No zombie shall stand a chance against my chocolatey veins. I have to go run through the garden now. See you in a bit. Good luck, Fable. I'll go with her. I'll check in with you guys after we've won. I'd like that. Once we're back, how about some cheesecake and dancing? That sounds lovely. We can make some flour biscuits too. I'm very excited to try those. Be safe out there. You too, Neil. Sounds better when you say it. Can't wait to hear it again. Thank you for sharing all that with us, Innkeep. Guess it was finally my turn to be honest. You think we'll win this? Yeah, I believe in all of you. I know you'll stop him and save us all. Especially with you on the team. You're a really good cheerleader. I know. And if you even if you don't come back, I'm still glad I got to spend all this time with you. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Me neither, Innkeep. But don't say goodbye just yet. I'm still coming back to pick up that quest. Need to check in with the others first, though. I figured. Thank you for everything, Fable. Couldn't have wished for a better person to share my adventures with. I'll be back in a bit. Be patient. I'll try my best.